Did you all miss us? Because I missed you. Oh, man. I'm sorry, everybody. We messed up again. Well, not really us this time, but our computer crashed. But we're back to bring you a weekly episode with that No Clue podcast. I'm Noah.
What's good? It's Josh.
And we're back, and we apologize that we didn't get to post on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, Google just doesn't want you guys to have a clue either, because for whatever reason, whenever we were uploading everything, Google crashed, and we lost the entire episode we recorded. Another hour's worth of stuff just gone.
I'm having PTSD looking at the camera right now, or at the computer. We recorded a masterful episode, and it was like an hour and 9 minutes, I want to say. Actually, I know for a fact it was an hour and 9 minutes because I kept looking at it after we recorded it. I just looked at us, and it's like, hey, you guys did an hour and 9 minutes, but the wavelength stayed gray, which meant they were still trying to load up to, the format, and they just never turned red like we needed them to. They stayed gray the whole time. It felt like right when we got done recording, the browser page like flicked.
Aw, snap.
And then when it flicked, done. It was it. And it was such a fresh episode because, I mean, we're going to basically just go over a lot of the stuff that happened then, because it's been two days.
Yeah, we recorded that, Sunday to put out on Monday?
So everything that we're going to put back in this one is going to be, somewhat of that. It's obviously not going to be as fresh, and it's not going to, follow it exactly, but that's what this is. This is like a do-over. This is the second time we've done a do-over, and this will be 4 episodes, and we've redone.
We shoot, 50%?
Yeah, we're shooting 50% over these things right now. We're in it. It's crazy to think that, most of the time you would probably do an episode, 2 episodes, and then if your third episode you messed up, you're like, whatever, we're just not going to redo it. Us, on the other hand, we've messed up 2 episodes, and we're already reshooting the 2 episodes immediately to try to keep this on a steady time frame. But as of right now,
keep the momentum going.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, it's just like, the hurdles that have to jump through. And again, if you guys don't know, we do shoot these like literally straight through. We don't cut them, we don't break them, we don't cut stuff out. We just raw organically do an hour worth of conversation. Do it live. Yeah, do it live on cam.
Which, I mean, is like kind of cool. Like, I'm sure like in the future, whenever we really start to get like more in depth and like start adding like video and everything, that's when we're gonna have to like really start breaking down some more editing and everything like that. But like you said, like right now, like we were basically lucky that we're getting to do one take. It works out. We don't really have any awkward pauses or anything like that. Like, we're fortunate enough to want to talk to each other enough where we can just go through, and we make it work. And then you all graciously listen to us. So hopefully we're making an enjoyable podcast for you all to listen to. And I see a few of you are coming back and listening. So obviously we're hitting a mark, and we're just going to try to keep satisfying you, while also like keeping our quality up and wanting to give you guys the best that we can give. I just want to let you all know what I had to go through in order to get this recording done today. I had to drive in rush hour traffic, and I sat on the road for over 20 minutes. And the car in front of me, when it's bumper to bumper traffic, and I'm a car guy. I like talking about driving. I'm a safe driver. I'm like, give the car in front of you like that space so that you have time to stop. But when it's bumper to bumper traffic, you got to be bumper to bumper. And the car in front of me was not bumper to bumper. So that meant every single person that was driving was like, there's a gap.
Love that car.
And
I love that car.
It.
Love that car. Whenever I'm like coming up from home and I'm going back up to Columbus, and you got that one car who's very generous on the gapage between the car in front of them
is a good word,
and you just slide in there, and then you kind of just give them the wave behind. A wise man in Vegas once told me, you wave before you get in, then you wave after you've gotten in. And that wave going in isn't like, them letting you in. It's just like, hey, I'm coming. I'm coming in. I'm coming.
See, when I was in Georgia, Atlanta was just like fight for your life and for yourself. Like, there's not a gap there, you don't care.
Create one. Yeah.
Yes.
You, like,
You just,
in.
good luck, everybody else. I'm coming over. And I mean, it worked, but like, I know they just did like a poll. And for some reason, they said like the Midwest actually has like some of the better drivers in the country.
Yeah, we're more patient, and we let people in and out of spots.
That's true. That could probably be why. But another thing, if you are in the fast lane, I don't care that you're driving the speed limit. When you notice that there is a huge space ahead of you, and you're looking at rear view and you see like 13 cars behind you, you're the problem.
Mm-hmm.
You're the reason the traffic is so backed up. Please just go ahead and get over. We'll let you back over as soon as the traffic is proceeding with the flow of traffic. And you can get back over in that left lane to mess with somebody else. But until then, if you're not going to go like a little bit over the speed limit to keep traffic flowing, get over to the right because you're messing with people's days.
Got them horrendously. Can ruin your entire day. Just kind of how like my week was ruined last week because your boy had the flu.
Yeah, I was getting ready to bring it up.
The literal.
You seem like you're doing better.
Yeah, I have a cough that's like under my voice, and I'll be like, I'll have to hold it. But
you got COVID.
Yeah, last week we did jokingly say that episode was my flu game, and making jokes at Michael Jordan because he was really just hungover during that game, and that's what I was last week. I was just hungover. I wasn't really sick. But I'm also now starting to think that maybe I was a little sick because 2 days later I was stuck in bed, couldn't move my neck, my back was hurting, I was not hungry, had no taste, no appetite, no smell, no anything. All I could do is sleep. And in that time of sleep and rest and recovery, I tried watching Dune. Not the one from 80-something, but the one from 2021. And it took me, I would say probably 4 to 5 days to finish that movie. And I don't know if anyone out there has watched Dune, but it is a very slow it's a very slow moving movie. I fell asleep. I started doing it basically just like in 20-30 minute increments until I could get to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm finally kind of interested in it. This is good. I understand it. It's like when you watch the same movie 20 times, so you know how the beginning goes, but you know nothing past that. You're like, I know exactly what happens here, but you're still going to watch it for the sake of, flowing. So I go and I watch Dune and, in increments all the way up for all those days. And I'd fall asleep and I'd wake up and I'm like, where am I? Because HBO, they have no respect for whenever you stop watching something. They're like, nah, we're not telling you anything about whenever you start.
They expect you to watch it through.
Yeah, watch it again. And this is a 2.5 hour movie. So on Saturday, I finally got to the point where I had 40 minutes left of the movie. And I finished it and I'm like, wow, I really want to know what happens next. And that's the thing with movies is when you watch them in real time, if it were 2021 and that happened to me, I'd be upset. I'd be livid. I kind of feel like I am now because Sunday I finally went and saw Dune 2. Beautiful movie, masterful movie, has me excited. I want to ride a worm myself. I might have spoiled some stuff for people, whatever. I don't know if you guys are even going to watch the movie.
I mean, they have that video of that dude
that
like
guy
riding the worm through the movie theater. So,
and it worked out perfectly because if I would have watched that movie back in 2021, I would have had to rewatch it for a second, third, fourth, however many times it was, just to understand the new movie. So it has a perfect time frame for me. I got to get sick. I got to watch it. I got to go to the movie theaters by myself. No Dune bucket, sadly. No Dune bucket.
That's the real reason he wanted to watch Dune.
Yeah.
He called me. He's like, did you see that new movie theater bucket? And I was like, man, are you sweating?
The Dune bucket was only at AMC theaters, and I had to go to, I think it's called like a Phoenix something theater, which is just right down the road from me. Yeah. But no Dune bucket. And the thing with the movies is you have to pick your own seat. So, by the time I checked out on, I think, Saturday night, you got to pick that one seat, that one special seat that you're going to watch for 2.5 hours for a movie.
Was it COVID that started that? Like,
I think we grew up in a area where it was always first come, first serve. I feel like Columbus and bigger cities, especially like IMAX, 'cause this is an IMAX movie. I feel like places like that always had the pick your seat. you're paying for it. First come, first serve was never really a thing. It was first come,
Say,
first
we
serve.
used to just like bum rush the
exactly
movie theater 13 deep,
mm-hmm.
make it work, and then like somebody would have to sit next to that one random person.
Or you have to sit in the very like front row and break your neck, and like you're looking directly up the whole entire time. And
what were the seats like in the theater?
The seats in there, absolutely god awful.
Oh no.
So, whenever you go to some of these movie theaters, I think the ones in Dayton that we would go to, like Cinemark and stuff like that, they have the leather reclining seats where it's like it sticks like all the way back, like that nice one. These ones were not. There was no reclining feature. The seats already flipped down. It really wasn't comfortable for that long of a watch. I almost felt like I needed to do it like a high school football game and bring my own little seat.
The bleacher seat.
A little bleacher seat to put on the bottom. And it was fine. I still had my cough, like a pretty bad cough at the time. So I was masking it over the high intensity spots.
The music starts turning
up. Yeah, because it's very loud, especially in the top row. You're right next to the speaker, but it nothing like the first one. I'm pretty sure they're coming out with the third. This is not a plug to go watch the movie, but if you are into that, you can give yourself a good 7 hours.
I would have the attention span. Like, I mean,
second one you don't need attention for. The first one you for sure need attention for.
So the first one's like explaining everything that's going on.
Basically. Yeah, the first one I think they basically put out to get people to, I don't know, see if they could withstand it for that long. And then the second one they're like, yo, forget all that storytelling stuff. We're going to put direct action in it the whole entire time. Like, if you become bored with this movie, there's just no way. There's no way that you can. There's just possibly no way.
Yeah, I mean, I hardly get to watch movies anymore since we have the kids and everything. And she's starting to watch, like, the Disney movies. We got to do, like, Disney on Ice a while back, and that was, like, pretty fun. But, like, I think ones where, like, you have to pay attention. I'm not going to be able to do it because, one, my attention span is already, like, 0. Mm-hmm. 2, it's going to be worse because the kids are there. And 3, whenever you're watching those movies that are, like, super long and in-depth, and it's, like, going so slowly, those are the ones where, like, they're explaining everything, and then you look away for 1 second, and they explain the whole movie in that 10th of a second that you look away. Mm-hmm. And you're back and you're like, what happened? And then you rewind it to try to, like, oh, let me see what I missed, and you still miss it. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I know they said what was going on, but now it's almost like they know what you're doing, and they change the script. They're like, all right, he rewinded
he's looking down.
let's go back to going real slow. Mm-hmm. Wait for him to go to the bathroom or something so we can mess up his experience. And I mean, I don't know. Yeah, go see Dune.
Go see Dune.
My big thing is everyone's talking about Dune for the movie world. What y'all need to do, since we're talking about sand and space, and I don't know if it's in space or not. I'm going to say it's in space. But if y'all play video games, the new hot video game out that everyone's talking about, Helldivers 2, it's the most phenomenal game I've played.
Never played it.
And you need to, because we need all the support we can get to fight the Terminids and the Automatons.
How much does it cost?
40? It's like 30.
Guys, if you could donate $40 to... you guys could donate $40.
We'll turn on the donations at the bottom. So
please support me.
Please buy the game.
I just spent like $800 on... I will get into that in a second.
Returning all your stuff from your break-in?
No. I spent $800 just today. So you keep talking about Helldivers, please.
But yeah, essentially, you're if you all have ever seen Starship Troopers, if you haven't seen it, go watch it.
I have not.
Pretty good movie.
I have not.
It's an old movie, and like, it has like an undertone of like, are you susceptible to fascism? Mm-hmm. Because it's entirely like getting you to believe that kind of stuff. But you take the bugs from that, put it into a video game. Then you go over to Terminator, take the robots from that, put it into the video game, put it in the same video game, and then have everybody that plays the game in the world be on the same team to fight for Super Earth. And you have to go to these different planets to liberate it and bring them some freedom and democracy. We didn't find oil in there, but we did find some more democracy for these planets. And I mean, it's a super fun game. Just the mechanics of it and everything that's going on. So highly recommend it. I know I'm on there. I know I have made new friends.
Yeah, so you got friends from all over the
Yeah.
world now.
I was about to say I got a friend from LA, a friend from Atlanta.
You're lying to them. They're really from like,
You know,
they're from like
if
Flint, Michigan.
if we met in person, we probably wouldn't even talk. But
yeah,
when we get on the game and like we see each other online, like we get on and play like we've been friends for years, and like it's almost weird how well we get along. But I'm again, like I said, with my attention span, I'm just kind of focused. What do you spend $800 on?
oh yeah, it's been lingering. So hopefully my uncle doesn't listen to this episode. I don't know if he listens to any of them.
You hear
But
that, Bill?
yeah, my Uncle Bill. So Uncle Bill is low-key like my second father, not in that sense. More like he just didn't have any kids. He never got married. He's my dad's brother. And he's basically always treated me like a son because, you know, growing up, I was the one. I was always there. My siblings moved across the country when I was young. Play a little fiddle right there, a sad violin. But he is into wrestling. When I say wrestling. I don't mean like Hulk Hogan and oh yeah, brother. It's the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Yeah.
Come on,
not like you're going down 3 minutes with me. Yeah, like that. Not like that. Not like that type of wrestling.
Speak up when you're talking into the mic.
You're looking at me right now. Brother, you're going to get 3 whole minutes of me time. It's me time.
Wrestling.
Yeah, wrestling. So not that type of wrestling. I'm sweating now. Oh my gosh. So not that type of wrestling like Greek, Roman, gecko wrestling.
Yeah.
The Olympic style wrestling or like whatever you'd see the boys and them singlets wrestling together.
I'm gonna put it on and look incredible.
These boys are lubed up and ready to wrestle. But dude, I gotta get this out seriously. Okay. So he's really into that. He's had season tickets for Ohio State. Like he's an Ohio State grad. I'm telling him I might as well give his social this one as well. So he's really into it. Like he just supports Ohio State, and Ohio State does have, they're like number 2 in the country. Yeah. They have some of the best wrestlers in the U.S. So at Christmas time, I told him, I was like, look, I'll get us tickets for the national championship because you know me.
He got money.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I was like, how much money are they paying for wrestling tickets? You know what I mean? Like, I can see, you know, you go to March Madness and everything's always different. Like you go to the college football championship, you're spending thousands of dollars on that ticket. Yeah. This isn't that. This isn't that. This is wrestling. Like,
wrestling.
Yeah, wrestling, baby. So I get the tickets and StubHub. You count your days. This is not a promoted StubHub. So I buy them, and you know, you kind of let it go to the wayside. You're like, all right, they don't charge you until the ticket is deposited into your account. Like, well, they never gave me the ticket, and I called StubHub, and they were like, yeah, there's nothing we can do about it. Like, they refunded me the ticket. Like, they never took the money out of my account, which is only, I don't know. The tickets are only like $50 and it's done by session. So there's session 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So you bought it like really early on.
Really,
so
very,
like,
very, very early.
Like $100, and now you're buying it like.
And now I spent $800, and we're going Thursday and Friday, and I'll be back So we're not doing Saturday, which Saturday is the finals, which is the best day. But if I would have done the finals, dude, the tickets for one ticket was like $356. And that's for one. So I would have had to do that twice, 2 times for 2 sessions on the last day. Oh. So it wasn't tragic in the sense like I got the same seats. They're not close, but they're like, you're there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you're still at the thing. Like I think he'll, you know, accept the thought like, hey, I'm not telling him that stuff.
I tried.
Yeah, I'm not telling him stuff. Yeah, I want to bring binoculars with us, but it's more the thought like I'm bringing him there. Like I told him I was going to do it, and I really went back and forth with myself. Like I read something where it's like wasting time. You never want to waste time because you can't get that back. But wasting money, he's like, you can always make more money back.
Yeah.
And for somebody that's given me a bunch of stuff throughout my life, then it's like $800. What's $800? Like at that point, If my credit card limit would let me get the tickets for Saturday, I probably would. But they're like, yeah, partner, no more of that.
$800 to me. $800.
I mean, it is a good chunk of change. It is a good chunk of change, but it's like
for a good cause.
Yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna get up early Thursday morning.
Like this Thursday?
No, next Thursday.
Okay.
Get up early Thursday morning, drive to St. Louis, and then go. It starts at 11, and like where St. Louis is located, we go back an hour in time from where we are now. It's Central. So we'll get up, we'll drive there, we'll go to the first session. I got the same tickets for the second session, and we'll watch it there. And then afterwards, we'll go, get some food, get a drink, like whatever, just do something. I don't know what the hell's in St. Louis outside the Arch.
So you mean to tell me, brother, you're traveling in time for wrestling?
I can't. You do the voice. Oh yeah, brother, I'm taking the car down to St. Louis town. Dude, I gotta take a sip of some Diet Coke. I gotta take a sip of some Diet Coke.
Well, no, that's cool. I don't have any kind of fun plans like that planned out.
Well, I mean, that weekend is also St. Paddy's Day. Yeah. So, not saying that I'm so upset that we're not going on Saturday, but I did allow myself to come back Friday night, so Saturday was available to get absolutely crazy. And I don't have very much PTO at my job, and I'm already taking Thursday, and I'm already taking Friday in whatever hours I can possibly conjure up. This paycheck is going to be so bad because I had sick hours for the other days, but we're going to go down there, take the time, and then come back Friday. So I asked him, I was like, hey, do you want to stay the night Friday night, and let's come back Saturday in the morning, get some sleep and everything? Nah, he's out. We're out of there. No more spending money. He's like, we're zooming out. So after the meet on Friday, I want to say it's over right around like 11 o'clock. We're going to drive straight back.
11 o'clock at night?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So that's 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like getting back at 4 in the morning, which is kind of silly. It's kind of silly, kind of crazy, but it's kind of like on vacation, dude. Like when you're going on vacation, like it doesn't matter what time we leave. We could leave it in the dead of night, but you're a geek to go. But when you're coming back, you're like,
it's horrible.
You're like, this drive did not feel this long on the way down.
No.
And that's kind of like what this is going to be like. I told him I would drive because he's not a big fan of traffic, which who is? Well, first off, that's the first thing I thought of when he told me that.
I feel like you have to if you want to be like a truck driver or something, you have to kind of
you can't you're not enjoying traffic, you're embracing it, but you're not like, damn, that traffic looks good as hell.
I mean, oh man, let me go for
this. Oh my god, wait a second,
traffic is gas right now.
Is that stop and go I see down there? Oh yeah, that's gonna be a good trip. I can't wait to get a mile in 3 hours. Like,
can't wait to eat the gas station food. Give me the crabs like 2 miles down the
Can't
road.
wait for the lot lizards to come up to the car.
Oh, not the lot lizards.
But yeah, that's how I dropped the $800. I do not get paid this week, so I will be
broke.
I'll be pretty broke. I did order a bunch of food from Sam's Club, so I will be fine on that. I will be having
that $5 though.
Huh?
You got that $5?
I get you and I got it, man.
Hey man,
I'll get you. I'm good for $5. I'll get you and I got that $5. You quit pressing me about it. But yeah, that's how I dropped the big spend. But I mean, let's talk.
I'm sitting there complaining because I spent money yesterday, but it was like on necessities. Like I had to go get gas and my oil changed. And like typically I would change my own oil, but I got some beef going on with the place I live at, and I'm like, I know they're waiting for me to do something wrong, so that they can charge me because they're mad at me.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not going to catch me slipping. And if y'all are listening, you're not going to catch me slipping.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be the most best attendant resident in that place. I'm going to be out there picking up trash, just volunteering and waving at them.
They're going to be like, we're on
yeah, like I didn't expect to spend any money yesterday, and we spent over like a couple $100 just like getting stuff, and I was like, bruh.
It's called adulting. It's like,
oh, it's horrible. It's a trap.
Yeah. Especially with the inflation and everything. I don't want to be that dude talking about it, but like talking about like Wendy's doing their inflation. Their prices.
Surge pricing. And then everybody on Twitter bully the hell out of that CEO to make sure that didn't happen.
Dude, pulling up to Wendy's and then having like doing stock trades to figure
Yeah.
out what time would be best to get
What's
a
the
big
best time to
Dave's
get
Big
in
and
for the
Juicy.
Baconator?
You're like, Dave's Big and Juicy right now. I was looking at it, like it's $6.49, but if we wait for it to dip, we can get it at $5.30.
Or
Like,
can you imagine, like, you pull up? Like, I could imagine, like, I pull up and I'm like, all right, hurry up. What do y'all want? All right, let me get 2 kids' meals. Oh, they
yeah, you see just you see it pinging up and down the whole time.
Each kid's meal's $45 now.
It's like, no, take this off. It's like, are you sure? Like, yeah, you take it off, it goes back to the
Goes
normal
back
price.
down to the
You're
dollar.
like,
Put it back on there.
back.
Oh, now it's $49.
Sorry. Yeah, you're just like waiting at the point. You're like, is that all you want? You're just like waiting for the price to lock. You're like,
I feel like had that happened, there would have been like riots.
it's such a crazy concept to think that you can fluctuate the price of what your food is compared to like what we have now.
I think it's just crazy that they think they need to fluctuate it anymore. When you look at the prices that
Their
we're paying
shit has
for,
always been so expensive.
like the Big Mac and dollar menu from like McDonald's, that used to be like, oh,
I can make chicken.
Did you see this part? Did you see the video of the family going to buy McDonald's? There was like 3 of them. Dad gets a large fry, a Big Mac, a large drink,
You should have got number 1.
and like an apple pie or something. Mom gets a large fry, another burger.
They're not
something
getting.
to
Are they
drink.
getting meals here?
Yeah, they're getting
Okay.
meals. And then the kid gets whatever the kid gets. This is back in like 1992. How much do you think it cost?
92?
Yeah.
I don't know, like $10.
Yeah. They were like,
Yeah.
I think like
You're gonna don't be that
$12.
guy who's like, oh, it was $10 back then. Like, no shit.
Yeah.
Like the dollar is different now. But
That same order, they ran the pricing. It was like $37. And I was like, at McDonald's.
yeah,
Like the whole purpose of fast food is supposed to be fast, convenient food that's cheap.
cheap, quick.
It's not quick anymore. It's not cheap anymore. So why is all this food still around?
It seems like they do change the size as well. Like even whenever we were younger, and it was like McChickens were $1, McDoubles were $1, a cheeseburger was like $1.29, like all that stuff.
All the drinks were $1. They
$1,
changed
yeah.
that shit again. Like
That was like $1 wasn't a lot, and I know people are always using that whole like, oh, well, the price of $1 change. Well, when we were in high school and it was only $1, like that was pretty cheap. Like dollars were easy to come by. It wasn't like it was hard to
you could
acquire.
fish in the change in your car to go get some food. It's like, oh, we're going to McDonald's after school. You come in like, yeah. Now I'd be like, I'm grown up too. Like, I'm like, hold on, let me check my bank account.
We're going to Long John Silver's instead.
So I want to bring that back up because we talked to a few people. What fast food restaurant is like the shameful place that you still go to?
For me, I pondered on this question. I can't really like sit here and act like I'm thinking about the answer because we have talked about this before.
Yep.
For me, it's personally Arby's, which is crazy to say out loud, even like hearing it back in the headphones. But it's Arby's for me, and it's not solely because Arby's has like the most slapping food. It's because where we're from, we don't have a large, grouping of restaurants that we can go to and eat at. It's very fast foody where we're from. Like up in Columbus, obviously, I'm not frequenting I wouldn't be able to frequent a trashy place that many times. But it's like, what did you have growing up, and what was like almost a staple food? So for me, it's that delicious roast beef and cheddar with I don't know what sauce it is. I know they put
RC or not horsey.
No. It's not
sauce.
Arby's sauce because it's too sweet. The Arby's sauce has like a sweet and sour type texture, not our mouthfeel. And then texture. I'm just like eating it on its own. But I do hate nacho cheese, and so it is very surprising that I like that so much.
You hate nacho cheese?
I love queso, which I know people are gonna be like, oh, what's the difference?
No, there's a difference.
Yeah, but nacho cheese, that's the stuff
queso.
that they like push the button and they put in the side of the chips for you to dip in. Never have I been into that, like the government cheese type thing.
I like it.
I would rather have meat sauce, but I'd rather have meat sauce on my nachos and cheese. And that was it. Like, put a little bit of cheese on those and then just douse it in sauce, and then I'd be okay. But the cheese, and that's why it's surprising I like the nacho or the beef and cheddar so much. But that, and then obviously the sides, curly fries,
Mozzarella
sticks,
potato cakes.
See, I've never done that one.
You never had potato cakes?
No, I was
it's
always
really just a thick hash brown.
Yeah. And if we're going to be real with it, I don't keep them in business because I haven't had it in, it's got to be years. But White Castle has some good sides as well. I know
White
that
Castle
that's
is fire.
controversial because everyone's like, well, at least traditionally growing up, if you had it, it was like, oh, you're going to mess your belly up. You're going to murder burgers, what they called them. And those little
Worth it.
onions, yeah. And like the chicken rings, and you can make a sandwich out of it. Then they have like chicken parmesan sandwiches, and they got mozzarella sticks. They're not curly fries. They're like
Their crinkle cut
crinkle cuts.
fries are slap.
They come in a bag too. It's like
Yeah, the sack.
huge. Yeah.
Yeah, I like whenever I go, because same thing. Like I'm not going to White Castle a lot,
Mm-mm.
but when I do, I'm gonna get a sack of fries, because we always talk about it. I'm a big French fry guy. Those are top tier French fries for me.
Mm-hmm. Like there are some places where you have to be off a gummy to be hungry for it, and White Castle, probably not it. That's more of like a Taco Bell thing, but I could go to White Castle maybe. I don't know what the circumstance would have to be for me to like go there.
It's a guilty pleasure. Like there's a closed down one like right next to my apartment.
Mm-hmm.
If it was still open, I probably would frequent there. I mean, I'm close to home, so I don't have to worry about that. But at the same time, like, I don't know why, but like a slider,
Yeah,
it's like this like a good,
just yeah, dude,
it's
a
just-
small
it's just
slide.
this-
It's not over the top. It's like a little couple bites. Maybe you make 3 bites out of it if like you're being frugal. But
or if like you're just like starving, like you throw one down, like that one big bite, like
yeah,
one
that,
bite,
the big.
and like it fills you up. And like, I don't care what anybody says. It's seasoned well, it tastes good.
Mm-hmm. And people are like, "Oh, I don't like the onions on it." Grow up, grow up. That's all they have. It's like it's a patty with pickle and onion. I know you don't like pickle,
I
so
must
you,
say I get no pickle.
I know you get no pickles on them, but it's just like even the cheeseburger. The fact that people eat them so much that they sell them in like Walmart and whatnot. Like you can go to Walmart
Yeah.
and buy them there.
Expensive, but
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. So it's like
I might as well go to the real place and get the crate.
get the briefcase. Yeah, get the briefcase. Like you're not gonna have a meeting.
I know, like those are the kind of restaurants. I've never worked in the food industry.
Neither.
I'll preface with that. But if I worked at like a White Castle or Arby's or Long John Silver's, I would want to work the drive-through window
Mm-hmm.
or like the front counter where people are like, if you're coming inside, like, oh, I'm definitely staring you down. But I'm just gonna be looking at them like, what are you doing here? Why'd you order all this food?
You got to be really chipper to do that. I know there's one guy, like, every time someone would order something, he's like, all right, tell me more. Tell me more. Oh, that's a great option. Tell me more.
Bro, I hate when they do that.
Yeah, because
Whenever you like ordered, like, what else? And you're just like,
yeah, you start
I do
feeling
have more
bad.
to order.
Yeah, you're like,
Anything else? Yeah, and then this and like anything else. You're like, bro, stop saying that. Like,
Yeah,
yes, I'll tell you when I'm done.
Yeah, and then they finally just stop anything else. They're just like, damn.
Like, bruh, we don't see anybody else in the car. Like, bruh.
They're like, weird. No one else in that car, man. Quit telling us you got to get something for your wife. Why are you telling us that you're ordering for your kids?
My mom used to be so bad at that. She would like order, and like when you order like on the phone, like she would. I don't know who she's calling. Like pizza place, Chinese place, whatever. My mom was notorious. We would hide in our house, like me, my dad, and my sister. We'd scatter, like try to hide, and my mom would find us and be like, "Noah, you said you wanted the extra large, extra greasy French fry package. Like,
Yeah,
why are you doing that?
It's not even your
order the
order. Yeah,
food.
you said you wanted extra jumbo supersize, right?
Hey, you said you want this gross ass menu item.
Yeah, you said you wanted 2 fillet of
that's
fish.
for him.
Yeah,
I'll take a salad. Like, oh, you bitch.
my son said he wanted 5 fillet of fish, extra tartar sauce on it. Yeah, you start making up. Whatever order you want, you just start blaming on someone else.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so what's your guilty? Yeah, I've gone on with mine. Even though I will say before, I just did ask you, I would go with Rax over Arby's if I had a Rax that was by me.
How many Raxes are even in America?
I think there's like 2 left, and I pass one every time I drive here in Circleville. There's a delicious Rax, and I always contemplate going over there and just getting one sandwich because Rax had way better sauce because their sauce was sweeter.
Yeah.
But I don't want to ruin the memory for myself because imagine me going over there getting it and it's absolute dog shit.
It's trash.
I don't want to ruin that for when I was a child, and I have that nostalgia, that vision of like this Rax. I could Fuck up racks, man.
All right,
like
so
5 of them.
Don't judge me on this one. I'm gonna give you my answer, but do you remember Ponderosa?
Oh my god, yes. Delicious place.
I loved Ponderosa.
Yeah.
There's one like not far from here.
There's one in Hillsborough too.
There's one like right next to Saddle Downs. Like you drive past.
Don't
it,
tell my
keep going
mom
straight.
that. Don't tell my mom. My mom loves Ponderosa. The baked chicken.
Bruh. I remember I was coming back home from Thanksgiving from Purdue, and I made a detour because I was like, I really want the Ponderosa wings, and I got like a 50-pack of wings. And my mom was like, just come home, I'll make you wings. I was like,
No,
it's not the same.
The same. You remember Damon's? Damon's ribs.
Damon's, that used to be like the spot.
Yeah, it'd be crazy. I know that shut down. I highly doubt anyone who listens to this has a clue what Damon's is.
Unless you all are from like our hometown.
Yeah, unless you're local. But
it's like Damon's and like
dude,
those
Damon shut
JR
down. When we were like,
Valentine, all
yeah. I thought your family owned that.
No, they didn't serve us, bro.
See, yeah.
Some
Whenever I
racist
saw
shit.
JR
They didn't
Valentine's,
serve
I'm like,
us.
oh, this is Noah's family's place. I'm like, that's how I did.
Bruh, they didn't serve us, and like we were about to throw down.
I thought they gave you a pack of cigarettes with every meal at JR Valentine's. Honestly,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was wild. Like as kids, they just let everyone smoke in the restaurant.
Yeah, that's why I thought they served them there.
But for my guilty pleasure is probably like that White Castle.
Mm-hmm.
I have like weird spots. Like I have weird items from each place that I want to go and get.
Yeah, just not one whole place.
Yeah. So like I'm somebody who will go to Long John Silver's. Y'all can give me all the hate you want, but you know you be eating it sometimes too.
Never.
You just be hiding it and be shameful, and that's fine.
Tell them what you
Be
get at Long
shameful.
John Silver's, man.
It's probably gonna be a minute. The one that's next to me doesn't have what I want. The thing I crave from Long John Silver's is the clam strips, and the clam strips for whatever reason are nostalgic, delicious, and I love them. And the Long John's that's near me is like one of those KFC Long John combos.
Oh yeah.
I think
Like
that's, I
A&W.
think that's how they're staying open because I don't know too many.
They're owned by the
Long
same
John
part. Yeah,
Silver's.
they're owned by the same person.
So you know you can get fried chicken and fish for whatever reason, but
You know why? You know why?
I do know why.
Don't question that.
Speaking of, let's talk about KFC now. Have you seen the cheese that they have coming out? Or it's not out, or coming out, but like it's out now. But like it's a chicken cutlet. It's like a chicken breast, boneless.
Mm-hmm.
Then they put marinara on it,
Mm-hmm.
cheese and pepperoni. And
So like a
cheese.
chicken parmesan
Yeah,
pizza.
everyone is like it's basically chicken parm with pepperoni.
Yeah, just put it on a bed of like spaghetti.
Apparently it's fire. It's like a sweeter sauce, what everyone says. So
Not surprised. by that.
maybe I'll bring one down and we can like eat it and talk about it on the pod. Or
Yeah, we'll eat it on the pod and without a camera
We'll start-
right now.
What do we have like when we get our video? We'll just go to random restaurants and try like the random menu items. Like
Yeah, you guys, whatever you guys comment, put below. We'll follow those and go to those places. Also, comment below whatever your crazy meal is. Do we have a comment section anywhere?
we do have a comment section. There's only like one comment. Like, you know, it's one of those things where like a lot of the time people don't comment on podcasts, but like we said, we're starting up. We're getting better. We're trying to be better.
So I want the
We do
interactiveness.
we do have like an Instagram that's like we're formulating and
Yes.
getting started. So we'll get that. Then, like I said, once we have video, we'll have like a TikTok so you all can like try to interact with us, help us try to go viral so we can blow up, and then you guys can be like first 5 followers we had. We'll give you like a T-shirt and we start making merch. You'll get a free
first
T-shirt.
5 followers get a $15 T-shirt.
It's only going to come in like a children's youth size because that's going to save us money.
Yeah, it's gotta be an XL, so everyone has to share it in the family. It's like, look, it's gonna fit everybody.
All right, take it off and let your brother wear it.
Come on, brother's time to wear the no clue shirt.
But yeah, because then another one, like it used to not be the downfall, and like it used to be like a reputable fast food restaurant, but Burger King.
Mm-hmm.
I love me some Burger King chicken fries.
See,
They're seasoned
yeah.
well. They're easy to eat. My kids like them. It's a win-win for everybody.
yeah, that's just that they're either hit or miss for me. They're either too breaded, too crispy, or they're mush.
I get that.
And I'm a sauce man. I'm a saucy boy. Like I said, they call me the sauce boss. No one has ever, but I started to think that myself.
Sauce boss.
Yeah, the sauce boss.
Whatever happened to that show?
It's just they dissipated. But no, like that's the thing is like there was no magic sauce. My sauce would always go to is honey mustard, not hot mustard like you.
Bruh. The amount of times that like who Who is ordering hot mustard?
On my diet days, I
Don't
will
say
say
it. I'm gonna punch you in the forehead.
I was making hot mustard
Oh
off
my
her
God,
wings.
I hate you.
Because back in the day, whenever I was like trying to be in my, I'm going to the Arnold, I'm competing, that type stuff.
Because you wanted to.
I'm trying to get jacked, brother. But no, what I would do with my wings to make 0-calorie sauce, I would just take mustard and I'd take hot sauce and I'd mix them together. And then I came to the realization that I'm just making hot mustard. And that was it. Was it good?
You should have probably hid that from the world, man.
Man, in all honesty, if anyone's really been on that diet grind, they know that sauce adds so many calories to your diet. That's why they have like G. Hughes with the sugar-free barbecue sauce, and the he makes up the Chick-fil-A sauce. That's not as bad. And back in the day, you just basically season stuff with a bunch of like packets, and then if you wanted a sauce to dip your stuff in, you were doing mustard because there's no calories, and you did some hot and some Franks.
Yeah, I mean, it's either you go sauce or you use actual seasoning, and it's just like the highest sodium. Possible.
You're holding so much water and you're bloated. Yeah.
I mean, that's where I'm still sticking on. Like, I'm just using seasonings versus the sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of like, diets and working out, I went this morning to work out, and it's like the first time I've ever worked out in the morning and I didn't get sick, and I was actually pretty proud of myself.
You usually get sick in the morning because it's cold. I felt like
I did go through
the air
that phase.
gets you. And the air gets you.
It doesn't mess with me anymore. I don't know what.
Well, this morning it was warm too, so.
Yeah. But like, I used to be like, I'd go in the morning and like I'd work out and like I would just feel like I had to throw up. I would throw up.
You were allergic to mornings in general. I remember being with you in the morning, like in Nashville, and you like if he took too deep of a breath in the morning, he's like, yeah. Not like that, pause, but yeah.
I mean, pause.
Yeah, pause.
That, like, at the Arnold, like, I don't know what it was. It was, like, whenever I would change temperatures too quickly, like, I'd go from, like, a warm environment to a cold environment or a cold environment to a warm environment too quickly, my body was just like, what's happening? It was just, like, for, like, years. I never questioned it. I never asked anybody about it, but, like,
he's gonna grow into it.
Josh was the sub he always hung out with, and he's like, "Are you good?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, no, it will pass. I just have to like convert to the cold." And
it took me a while to get used to the whole ordeal, but
I'd be trying to have like a normal conversation, like, "Hey, man,
dude, it would cut in the middle of the conversation. Yeah, I'd be sitting there looking at it. I'm like, "What the fuck am I supposed to do here with this?" But no, yeah, you were basically like, you had hot and cold air hitting each other, and instead of causing condensation, it was kind of causing condensation. It was making you vomit.
Essentially.
But no, that was working on the morning, working on at night. I see both sides to it. Like I saw a video where Sam Sulek was talking about, which this is like a 20-some-year-old kid, if you guys know. He's like 25, but he's very juiced out. Like he's huge. Like he's very in shape. Yeah. He's probably not going to live very long just for the sheer amount of sauce.
He's here for a good time now.
Yeah, for a good time, he's going to look good. Like, when you die, you want to look good. I guess. But he was talking about, when you work out in the morning, you're still in a fasted state. Like you don't have any calories, you don't have anything in your body.
That might be why I always got sick.
Yeah, you don't have anything in you, so you're working out on literally nothing. You're just working on a pre-workout and a dream.
I didn't even do pre-workout either.
Yeah, and in the evening you've got that, some calories in you, got some food in you.
Yeah.
You're working off that as your energy. And in the morning you don't have that. So kudos to the people that go in the morning. I used to go at 5 in the morning. When I was commuting to Athens, I would go 5 in the morning. I think I would do my cardio then because I didn't want anyone to see me do cardio. And I would do cardio. I'd go to class. I'd work out at the gym and actually do the workout, like the lift, so people could see me in my muscles, which is crazy to say. Like, I'm really thinking about what I was doing.
I mean, it was a different time. Like when we're like in our younger like 20s and everything. That's why like you wanted to like be able to flex.
Yeah, you're not pumped up on the treadmill.
I mean, like. I'm working out so I can stay alive. Like,
yeah, I'm just trying to find a time where I can get in there and do 40 minutes of cardio and maybe 15, 20 minutes of working out because I don't have. I mean, I could if I really wanted to, but it's like, what do you value? Like, I don't want to do 2 hours in the gym anymore.
And see that, and that's where my thing comes in. So I used to do it after work every single day.
Sure.
Like, the part I'm gonna miss is like you build a community. Like when you're in the gym every single day and like you see the same people, like. You have that thing like where you make eye contact with them and like they make eye contact with you, nothing. Next day, like you're in there, same thing. A couple days later, you make eye contact, you get the head nods and everything. Like, all right. the following week, you're dapping dude up like you guys have known each other.
Good,
What's up,
bro?
man? How you doing? What we working on today? What we working on? Yeah, no, I'm trying to do this. And like,
looking big, brother. Looking big, brother.
Yeah, you complimenting each other. Like, nah, bro, I'm trying to get my traps like yours. And like, all right.
Yeah.
And like, that's when the trainer who I like fuck with, like, he goes in the afternoons and evenings. So like that part sucks, but the value of time with my family is the reason why I'm switching. So like I'm doing it in the morning, I go to work, and then I had the rest of the day. And that's like when my family's up and the kids are up and everything. And
that is a crazy concept.
It's the first time that like I went today. So I'm a little tired. What was that? Sunday night going into Monday. The kids were up, so I felt bad. My wife, Sam, she was a real one. She was dealing with the kids. She was a real one again today because I was again tired from today. So I got home and like passed out for a little nappy nap, and she just like, took care of the kids, and she's great for that. She's even making us dinner right now. Like, thank you. But the whole idea is, I start to get used to it. I work out in the morning. I come home. I get to spend time with my family, and I'm not taking that time away from them while they're awake. And like in all reality, I'm just waking up like an hour and a half earlier, so it's not even that bad. But it was a good time. Wasn't too packed.
You do make that community. I was thinking about that. Like when I was unemployed, working out at like 10 o'clock, 10:30, some random ass time that you would definitely be at work.
Yeah.
Like everyone knows, like either you are unemployed or
you work night shift or some shit.
Yeah. Or a lot of the people that were in there with me, it's like someone's paying for you. You know what I mean? Like you're living on somebody. You make like camaraderie with those people, even if you don't speak a word to them. Like even like you were saying, like you're like, oh, Jimmy was good, Even the people that I were with, like you just give each other head nods and stuff like that.
Yeah. Like,
and then
Blue Shoes is up in here.
Yeah, and then that day where I'm like, they don't have a damn clue I'm about to leave because like I got the job, and it's like I'm never going to see these people again in my life, because if they, ritually come in at 10 o'clock like I was coming in, it's like I'm not going to see you at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, let alone am I even still going to be at this gym. It's like they have, it's like your best friend at work who's like 50 or I don't know 30 years older than you, and you guys like become best friends, and then you leave. And then you don't speak ever again, but it was like that was the closest person you had. It's the same thing with the gym. It's like you go to the gym, you see these people that you consider them as your friends, and you're like, they don't even know who you are.
No,
it's just like we have the same thing in common, that we come to the gym at this time and work out the same time, and that's literally it.
Yeah, I got 2 comments on that, because I was like, the morning should be dead, because whenever I was like leaving to go to work and I'd drive by, like, never any cars. For whatever reason, there's people in there today, so I was like, I will at least be like biggest dude in here. And there's a dude who goes in the like afternoons and evenings, and he is just like jacked. I'm talking like quad god. He has like the bowling balls for shoulders, and his ass is up in there. And he's like, of course, he's like one of the nicest guys. He's like, "Oh, how's it going, man? You're in here this morning?" I'm like, "Yeah, you too." He's like, yeah, I'm doing 2 days. I'm just like, okay, no wonder you're that big.
Yeah, go figure.
But the second part is like, that's just so true. Like whenever you're working retail as like a young kid, you'll be best friends with like the 60-year-old Bernice, and she like treats you like her own kid and everything. And it's just like the most hilarious relationship, because you'll be talking shit about people, and it's like, hey, man, can you believe like Taylor did this? Like, what a dumbass. And she's like, yeah, she's such a stupid bitch. You're like, bruh. You're literally so cool. You're 45. I'm 17.
Yeah,
we're hanging out.
This is what I have to look forward to in the next like 30 years.
But then, like, yeah, you leave, and like not every old person I worked with, but a lot of them I have on Facebook, and this is like weird to see like that they have lives.
Yeah, outside of work. Yeah, because you never actually ask them about it. Like, they might have a kid or they're married or whatnot, but you're like...
And, like, they have grandkids now and everything. You're just like, oh, like,
I didn't know you were in a bowling league. Yeah, like stuff like that.
I'm so happy for her. And,
like, you're playing bingo every Tuesday? Jeez.
Let me think who it was. I can't think of who it was. I think it was somebody I worked with when I was working at CVS. And, like, she, like, went and got, like, pancakes. Like, there was, like, this pancake pop-up, and she went to get pancakes. I was like, good for her. Like,
I'm happy for her.
Yeah.
Whipped cream and bananas on them.
You're such a sweet lady.
Chocolate syrup over maple. It's kind of crazy. Never knew that about you.
I know you were diabetic, and that's a lot of sugar.
That's a lot of sugar. No, but yeah, that is That's like with almost any job, dude. Like you sit there and you think that you're best friends because you see each other every day, and that's who like you gossip to, or you like they'll ask you like, "Oh, what happened over the weekend?" But then whenever you both leave that job, you'd never speak again. Like it's very rare. I remember I thought I had that at my last job. I had these people that we would sit down, we'd have lunch every day, and we'd gossip and we'd talk about all the other people at work, and then we all got jobs at other places, and we just never spoke again. Like that was
it's
it.
one of the things too. Like if you ever see them, like it'll be like you didn't skip a beat.
Mm-hmm.
But like until then, like it's just
it's like you're never gonna encounter them again. Like you're never gonna like cross paths with them. It's like unless I see you like the grocery store or something crazy like that, and then you still are that hesitancy. It's like, what do I do? Because it's like out in the wild, you almost kind of get stuck. You're like, do I go up and talk to them like I'm at work? Like we're not in the work setting, and on my name badge on.
That would always be funny too, where you'd see them and like they have like their family.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is the Noah I'm talking about. No,
yeah,
like, that's Noah. Like you sound like you're this like 30-year-old man, and you're like you're a kid. You're like, yeah, nope, it's me. And they're like, you really cussed out that old woman? Yeah, that was me. That was me,
man. I'm wise beyond my years.
I don't know, like. I think it's because of like the way our society is structured that you're at work more than you're actually at home.
You literally though.
And I mean like, okay, you're at home, but like you gotta sleep. So like that's 6-8 hours, whatever, however many hours you're sleeping, like basically like through the early AMs, you're not really like doing anything. So you're really like at home, like maybe like 4 hours.
You interact with your coworkers depending more than you do your family.
Yeah.
Like I know like with me being here by myself, like I have one every day by myself at the same time. I have one coworker who is my boss, and that's the only person I get to interact with. And there is no of the gossiping about anything because you don't talk to anyone about anything. We're more like buddies in the sense of talking about like, oh, what are you doing this weekend, or here's this, but you also have to come to you live vicariously through your coworker because sometimes your life is boring and dull and you're not doing anything. Like them talking about like my boss bush hogging and doing fires and things like that. I'm like, that's just, I would never assume that for myself, or I was nothing that I would ever do. So it's like such a new perspective of seeing like what someone else does on their weekend. Like how do you spend your free time? It's like, well, I like to,
what are you doing outside of work?
Like, it's like, I like to farm, and it's like I would never farm in my life. So it's just so different walks.
I think I'm lucky because like I actually vibe with my boss. My boss is cool as hell. Like I feel like he's an older version of me who's just like older Japanese and it's just like different.
Yeah.
And like I actually enjoy going to work, and it's nice because like since we're similar, he can catch on like a lot of things. And like when I was like having like a rough time like last week, like he was like chill about it. He's like, take your time. And like I was like, hey, I can't make it to work, and he's just, don't worry about it. And like when I came back, like he checked in, and he's like, yeah, I could tell like you were starting to fade away. And I was like, bruh, I appreciate that. Like you were checking in, like you saw that stuff, and like you were like treading lightly to make sure like everything's cool, like still checking in on me. So big shouts out to Peter because he's the homie. But it also makes me realize like as we get older, I used to be like a social butterfly. I still consider myself to be pretty social, but it's like to keep certain relationships, like whenever you are working and doing everything, like it's a lot of work. And I know that I am terrible at it. Like everybody who like this is the reason why like you probably don't hear from me. I just be forgetting. And like I mean our relationship's different because like we've just been talking every single day since
forever
ever. Yeah, so it's this habit now. But like everybody else is like, oh, we'll talk a lot, and like we'll be talking for like a good like couple weeks, and then it'll just fall off. And it's not because like I'm not talking to you for a reason. It's just life.
Yeah.
Like
it's just life. At the end of the day, like I think what we have in our communication is very rare because outside of like my brother, and see, not even my mom and dad at this point, I don't talk to anyone every single day. So I think it's very rare, and obviously cherish the friendship, but a lot of people, like us not talking to people is not anything like that. It's just sometimes life gets in the way, and everyone can be like, oh, it's an excuse for not like you talk to this person all this time, but It's also like you got to realize the dynamics aren't going to be the same everywhere else.
Yeah.
Like sometimes if it's anywhat difficult to start a conversation or keep the conversation going, like it's easier to wait a couple weeks to talk to someone, so then you can chop up about all the stuff that you had in those couple weeks that you didn't speak, versus like almost feeling a need to like force what you're talking about afterwards. Like I know I can talk to my brother every day because we talk about sports betting and we talk about gambling and we talk about, life things of that nature.
Yeah.
So there's always going to be context to talk about, but you don't have that with everybody, and there's no reason to, force that type of relationship with them either.
And I mean, I think weather's getting warmer and everything, so I might be out a little bit more, and we're figuring things out. But it's also like your focuses are changed, because now I don't even like really wake up and like think about like what am I trying to do. I'm like, what can I do to make my kids' childhood great? And most of the time that means we're going to a playground or like to the zoo or going to some expensive show that luckily like Ava still talks about it. So she like still remembers going to Blippi and to Disney on Ice and all this stuff. So like those are the kind of impacts, and I always laugh because my parents were always like, I think back to my childhood, like asking for like, you go to Kings Island to get that like big ass light up sword that's like $45. I'm like, as a kid I didn't know how much it cost, but now I'm in the other shoes. I'm like, man,
it only costs $45 because your ass could not win the game. They're like, damn, Noah's got to play the game again.
We can please make a fucking shot.
Yeah, they're like, he's definitely, of course he's going for the one where he's got to throw the rings around the bottles. Like, come on, this man got no touch. He's kicking them.
Sorry, hey, let me toss one. Let me get one so I can try to help. I did the same thing though.
Yeah, I mean that's how it goes.
I played this. The ball with the
where it has the backspin. Yeah.
I took one from Ava to make sure she won like a bigger prize.
And you probably still had to go through like 5 of them just to get a dub.
I
would say back in the day, I remember back in the day going to Kings Island, you could get a can of like Pepsi and it had the ticket on it. You took it to the bank and it gave you like $25 off.
Yeah.
I don't think they do that shit anymore, just because there's no way that you just go through the app to figure it out.
Bro, it's wild. You can't even spend cash in those places anymore.
Yeah, they're cashless.
I pulled out cash and like I had like a couple $100 when we went, and we were going to go get hot chocolate, and I pulled out like some of the money. He's like, "Oh, sir, we're on cash only." And I just looked down like,
"You mean cashless?"
Yeah.
You said cash only. You would have been.
Cash, or card only. Man. No, we don't take cash. And I was just like, "You bitch."
Yeah, dude, it's completely like they.
Because like, what am I going to do with this like money now? Because like nobody carries cash anymore.
Well, what are you doing to get cash? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Outside being a server.
I'm waiting for the people who like stand on the side of the road. And, like, anything will help. They're gonna start pulling out
the swipe. So the square swipe. Like, yep.
I ain't got cash. That's all right. Here you go.
Have you seen the one video where the guy like they give the homeless dude some money and they give him like 50 cents in quarters too, and he throws it back at him? He's like, "I don't want that shit." Yeah, like come on, Unc.
I'm gonna go do that.
Get a gumball at the Chinese store.
That's not disrespectful. Oh well, I think we're wrapping it up on a pretty wholesome ending. If you do have that relationship with anybody that you talk to like every single day, let them know that you appreciate them and you support them, you love them. And if you like have that person who like you don't talk to and like you miss,
comment their name below.
Yeah, we're trying to expose everybody at this point. Put their names down the bottom. But give them a text. Unless it's like your sneaky link, then don't do that. But
why are you texting Pizza Hut at dinner?
Why is Little Caesar saying send a pic?
Yeah, Little Caesar is hearting the message. What?
I know you ain't texting fucking White Castle.
Wait a second, Wendy's on here?
Why is Macho Man Randy Savage texting?
Macho Man loves this message.
Oh yeah, see me them titties.
3 minutes, brother. 3 minutes is all I need this weekend.
All right. Well, we appreciate you all for being patient with us. We'll still have our episode out hopefully next Monday.
Fingers are crossed that this saves after we click the stop button. Yes.
So, again, thank you all. This was No Clue Podcast. We'll see you all next week. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Bye.